Dear student, don't restrict to the syllabus. You have to practice extensive reading that will help you to develop a sense of autonomy that will strengthen your existing knowledge and also enhances your vocabulary. Dear student, reading apart from the text stimulate you to think in different dimensions. Dear student, why not go for beyond syllabus and extend the level of understanding? Hi, I am Kiran. In this session, I am explaining you about Zoospores. It is additional information for you of about Zoospores. What actually mean by the Zoospores? How do they play important role in asexual reproduction of Chlamydomonas? Let us switch on to the session. Dear student, let me explain about asexual reproduction in Clamedamonas by means of zoospores. These are microscopic in nature. I will explain you later on what actually the role of zoospores in asexual reproduction in Clamedamonas. Dear student, first we need to understand the basic structure of body of Clamedamonas, that is body structure of Clamedamonas, thallus of a Clamedamonas. Clamedamonas is unicellular green algae. It is a unicellular green algae. It is generally in a oval shape. The shape of Clamedamonas generally it is in oval shape. It has a pair of typical flagellae, and at the base of the flagellae contractile vacuoles present, and cup shaped prominent protoplast is also present, within which nucleus enclosed. It has a cell wall, thin cell wall, and protoplast is surrounded by cytoplasm. At the anterior region of the body there is a spot. It is known as a eye spot, or it is called as a stigma. This is very simple structure of Clamedamonas. Here you will find a flagella, contractile vacuoles, then nucleus, this is a protoplast, significant part of the Clamedamonas. Protoplast, and this one is stigma, or also it is called as eye spot. This is basic structure of thallus or body structure of Clamedamonas. We can consider it is basically unicellular, made up of single cell, unicellular in nature, and it is motile. Motile means Clamedamonas swims in the water. It possesses a movement in the water with the help of whip-like structures. Those are the flagellae. These are considered as the locomotory organs. Unicellular, motile, microscopic green algae. So we can define the basic body structure of Chlamydomonas in this way. It is a unicellular motile microscopic green algae. So after studying basic structure of Chlamydomonas, we must have to focus on the role of zoospores. How do the zoospores play important role in asexual reproduction of Chlamydomonas? How do they play vital role in asexual reproduction? Because in the textbook, the explanation of about zoospores is not at all adequate. That is why we must have to understand in detailed account what actually the zoospores are and how do they play important role in asexual reproduction. First of all, the parent cell during favorable conditions, under favorable conditions, parent cell undergoes certain changes. Here, parent cell undergoes certain changes. Let me enlist those changes in the first stage of asexual reproduction. So first, the parent cell loses or it withdraws flagella. So here in parent cell there are flagella are there, but here the parent cell it withdraws the flagella, and also contractile vacuoles disappear. So here the contractile vacuoles also disappears. Two changes occurs initially, so that here only the protoplast remains in the parent cell. Protoplast remains in the parent cell. Two changes takes place under favorable conditions. First one is cell withdraw flagella. Second one, contractile vacuole disappears. So these are the two changes takes place initially. Then we have to consider the next one. That is, what happens here in second stage, a contraction of protoplast takes place. Here the protoplast contracts. The protoplast contracts are withdrawn from the cell wall. So here protoplast contracts. Or it is withdraw from the cell wall. So this is actually the second change takes place during asexual reproduction. Then there is a major change, that is mitotic division takes place in relation with protoplast. The protoplast it undergoes mitotic division, and hence it produces daughter cells. Two daughter cells are actually produced by longitudinal division. The protoplast undergoes longitudinal division and produces two daughter cells. And these two daughter cells these two daughter cells again undergoes consequent transverse division, produces and results into the formation of 4 daughter cells. So here 4 daughter cells are produced. Like this, by the series of division 4 to 8, 8 to 16 cells, like this, the number of cells increases. The cells go on duplicating. So here these spores undergoes conspicuous changes later on. So here what happens, a most important changes takes place with respect to the cells. Each daughter cell here, each daughter cell develops a cell wall around themselves, and retain flagella. Gradually they attain flagella, and contractile vacuoles also appear. They develop contractile vacuoles also. So after experiencing all these changes, these daughter cells now considered as zoospores. So here major changes occur. Each daughter cell undergoes major changes. First, secrete cell wall, around themselves. Second one, develop flagella as well as contractile vacuoles. Contractile vacuoles. These are the changes takes place with respect to the daughter cells. So and hence, after experiencing all these changes, these daughter cells now considered as zoospores. These zoospores, they burst out from, they liberated out from the parent cell by rupturing the wall of the parent cell. These zoospores liberated out by rupturing the wall of the zoosporangium. The parent cell now it is considered as a zoosporangium because it produces the zoospores. So you can consider it as a zoosporangium, the parent cell. So these spores are given out, liberated out into the surrounding, and each zoospore is identical to the parent cell. It has a flagella, contractile vacuole, protoplast, and everything. It is identical to the parent cell. But it is smaller in size. Later it enlarges and develops into new individual. So what happens? These zoospores rupture the wall of the parent cell by the gelatinization. They rupture the wall of the parent cell and comes out of the zoosporangium and develops into a new individual of Clamedamonas. This is how the zoospores plays very important role in asexual reproduction.